So what will you recommend to couples who are probably struggling in their communication and everybody's talking but nobody's listening? What will you say?
I'll take the last thing you said.
Yeah.
Listening, right? Everyone's talking, no one's listening. And one crucial element of communication is listening, but not just listening, active listening.
Yeah.
So probably it's time we start listening actively.
Why do you think some couples or some spouses complain about their spouses not listening actively? Why?
I mean, it's the frequent interjections when someone is trying to say something. And to be honest, if both of us are speaking, then who should do the listening? We're both not listening. Yeah, so it would help if at some point one of us stops to listen, not just listen to respond, but listen to actually hear the heart of what the other is talking about. Because sometimes a lot of things are lost in transit. And when I say active listening, that's me taking in your body language, taking in your verbal and non-verbal cues. Because even though you're saying something verbally, you're saying there are some things that I would pick through observation, just looking at you and knowing, okay, he may not be saying this, but this is what I get. That will not happen until I am actively listening. So you're my focus at that point, really.
I like many things you said in the sense I was going to ask you the follow-up question I was going to ask you was, why is active listening important? And I think you've kind of emphasized it. There are people usually miss a lot of things when they are not actively listening. You're not seeing, you're not hearing beyond what the person is saying. You're not hearing their heart. That's something you said, hearing their heart. And I think ability to listen, not that you listening, some people think that for you to listen actively means you have to agree with what they're saying. Is that true?
Yes, you're right. It doesn't mean I agree.
Yes.
But at least I'm according you that regard.
Absolutely.
To let you feel heard.
Absolutely.
That's something.
So listening is a sign of respect of the individual. So it's not automatic that the fact that I'm listening to you does not mean I agree with you, but I'm according you to respect. So listening is a respectful thing to do in a conversation. If you disrespect somebody, you rarely listen to them. You are likely going to be dismissive in your disposition, in your attitude. Like the local parlance, they said the person will log you off. Just that. So listening is a form of respect. Listening is therapeutic. I realize that. I've realized that when people actually feel that someone has genuinely listened to them, you know when someone is genuinely listening. I know when someone is genuinely listening to me. I know when someone is listening to me, just waiting for me to wrap up so that they can say the important thing that they want to say. And those kind of conversations are, it's not the kind of conversation people enjoy. Well, listening is therapeutic when is it therapeutic? When you feel that someone actually listened to you without judging you. Yeah, someone is listening with curiosity. You can see it in their eyes. They are listening with curiosity. They want to know, they want to understand. I think a man wrote a book, I think it was Stephen Covey, that said, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Always seek first to understand. So if you are recommending to any couple, we always recommend active listening. Listen with curiosity. Now, this is challenging. This is easier for young couples, that are getting to know each other. But the older you are in marriage, maybe 15 years, 20 years, there is something, you get to that level of familiarity. Both of you have built histories together. So there is a tendency that you just assume that I can assume that, oh, my wife, I know what she's going to say on this, but I might be wrong. Because the way the brain works is that brain wants to simplify things. In other words, if I've been in this situation next time, I want to make sure that the next time I don't use my full brain power. I want to make it easy. So that's how we build habits. So if I'm listening to someone, if I've been living with you, we've been living together, you get to that point, I want to simplify dealing with you. And so that means that you get to that point where I just, while you are talking, I just go and pull things up, to just get to the conclusion. And that's one of the reasons why we interject, to just feel like, I know what you're going to say anyway. But when you do that, you sometimes shut down your partner's emotional exits, emotional opportunity for them to really pour out their hearts, which helps to build connection because when someone is pouring out their heart, there's likely to be vulnerability, and when there's vulnerability, there's likely to be intimacy and connection. So when you short circuit that process, you are not just short circuiting information, you are short circuiting the process of connection that is being gifted to you. This is so critical, because if you are unable to build intimacy and connection in your relationship, what exactly do you have? All right, that means your relationship is just going to be like any other platonic relationship if you're unable to build deep and meaningful connection. So what we're sharing may look subtle, may look small, but I'm telling you that this is one of the key things that really transforms happy relationship and so relationship and horrible relationships. You can't take away that place of listening. Communication is broad. Someone say communication is a lifeblood of a relationship, but communication have different parts. Speaking, listening, paying attention, engaging. There are different forms of communication. So one thing we're going to be recommending in this video is active listening. Listen with your eyes, listen with your heart, listen with intention, listen with curiosity, listen with empathy.
Yes.
All right. Listen with a spark in your eyes. Listen with love in your eyes. Very important. So because listening is not just therapeutic. Listening is a way of showing respect. Listening is a way of giving feedback that I see you. You are important, and what you have to say is important to me. Yeah. I hope this helps.
The only thing I was going to throw in.
Yes, please go ahead.
It's not just enough to listen. Please do what has been talked about. Take action.
I'm telling you, take action.
It makes a whole world of difference. Because we're talking about couples who are struggling, isn't
it?
It will make a lot of difference, because it's one thing to keep talking and you probably make me think you're listening. If you don't do, how do I know you actually listen?
Why are you looking at one for you?
No, you don't do that.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.